to be changed. Oh my gosh. 270.1. There we go. Alright, that one makes sense. 66. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I think we're good. Welcome, everybody. Again, I'm sick, so this will be a stream, and I took a lot of medication to help me feel better, but I am still here to help you all out. So, yes, Shell, thank you. I thought it was very catchy, so that's why so there were two rules. One, clickbait, and two, I wanted people to know that I'm not like vanishing forever. So originally I'd planned to stream today and tomorrow and do longer streams to make up, but I got sick. So thank you all very much for the well wishes. I'm gonna be here as long as I can today. May skip tomorrow's stream, but again, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, so I will be back on March 3rd if I miss tomorrow. So don't panic. I just want people to not panic, to be like, oh my god, Lee's gone. No, Lee got sick at the worst time. And no worries, Shell, I know other things, but I'm glad you saw the notification. Try taking some zinc and magnesium. I'm gonna try that, actually. I forgot to take, I took a lot of medication. I forgot to take my vitamins today. Oh, I just got sick. There's a flu going around or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know what it is. But yeah, sickly, basically. Lee is sick, and Lee is planned on going on vacation anyway. So, and I can't take my setup with me. So, regardless, starting Wednesday, I would have been gone anyway. Gonna be like the avatar of resumes, and when the job world needed him the most, he vanished. Stop making me laugh. That hurts. That's really funny. Alright, Club. Let me give Bear a treat. But yeah, no, I will be back March 3rd regardless. So, oh, he heard the word treat. So, he also got into the garbage today. So, Fire National, ATS systems and workday. Alright, Bear. I'm just gonna give this to you. Catch. Good boy. He also, by the way, he's very friendly, but he scratches with his claws, so he got me good. He's not careful with his claws. But yes, I will be back March 3rd, so panic not. March 3rd I will return, because I planned on taking it off for 2 days anyway. But yeah, when you play with him with a toy, he'll try to get the toy with his paw. So... Oh yeah, Clem. So why the job market? Bear, stop. You're moving my chair. Simply put, there is chaos in the government, and the government is a large employer, and companies do not hire when there is chaos, and a large amount of contractors from the government side looking for work is going to make it harder because there's a lot more competition. So that's why. If there were no layoffs or anything else in the governmental world, I don't think it would be as big of an issue. But because there's a lot of, at least for the U.S., I don't know how this would ever affect anybody outside the U.S. or not. But there's going to be chaos, and the more competition is, the worst. So there's a lot of contractors that are going to, or that are and being let go, and they're just more competition. From my understanding, it's kind of the gamut. You've got like medical people, you've got IT people, you've got clerk people. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head the exact amount of each of them, but it seems to be from everywhere. Plus, the more people talk about layoffs, the more companies know that they can kind of not, well, that, they don't need to worry, like they'll lower the prices. There's also a kind of psychosomatic thing there. So, but yeah, that is primarily why. That is still too hot. And why'd you make a comment about you need to apply to X number? Am I just better to target roles you fit? Independent post is only job available. No, that's a fair point. So this is again the problem with giving broad spectrum job search advice, is it's not going to be good for everybody. But I think it's good to have a target number, and I think it is feasible for a vast majority of people to apply to 50 jobs a week. I think that is feasible. It's not going to be for every industry, and the higher you go, the less chance you're going to have for that. But like, if you just look at jobs in the past week for product designer, you know, there's going to be that. Let's do California because that's kind of bigger. So you've got 351 in the last week alone, which is enough. If you're not using Simplify Copilot, what you doing? Simplify Copilot actually did help. I will agree with that. So let me do this resume review, and then I will get back to this. Let's see, this is, and I will need to let them know about me being sick, because I think that does definitely affect my brain. That's the word. That is the word I was trying to look for. I still can't believe I forgot the word job once. But yeah, I think it's good to have a target for people, just because, like, you know, some people think I've applied to 3 jobs a week and I'm not getting anything. But then another comment was like, I'm a director level. How am I going to find 50 jobs a week? And as a director level, you probably won't. But it's a good rule of thumb, but there is no real rule, unfortunately. So I wish there was a better one, but that's why most of what I'm saying is there's always going to be a correction. There's always going to be what about X? And it's like, yeah, that's the exception. So, and that is one of them. But I think for most people, which is the one size fits most solution, is 50 jobs a week is doable. Speaking of, is the years of experience a hard requirement or something could be somewhat ignored if you have a lot of the keywords? Depends on the manager and how close you are. If they're asking for 6 years experience and you have 1, not worth it. If they're asking for 6 years of experience and you have 4.5 or 5, give it a shot. I've seen it. Chances are you don't have as much of a chance, but I've definitely seen people get the jobs for that. So again, it's a spectrum. So for me, I've had it better for to apply in certain days. I know a lot of people say play SAP, but staring at unchanging job boards is depressing. Yeah, no, that's fair. It is. Because there's also the mental game. And that's also why, remember, I like to tell people that go to all filters and then click from most relevant to most recent, so that even if you hit it on those days, you can still apply. Ooh, you will have good news. Good. All right, let's see. So I'm going to have to let them know I'm sick in this. So you're all about to hear the exact information I just told you all. But let's see. No, this is data analyst. I do need to actually change the job title. Data analyst. All right. This is a resume review of a data analyst. And I want to let everybody know that I am currently sick. That is why it sounds like this. And what we're going to be looking for is SQL, Excel, Tableau, Power BI, AI, ML, Jira, Python, R. Not necessarily leadership. That was more for senior level. Subject matter expert, data visualization, ETL, stakeholders, and solving issues with data. I also want to let everybody know that I am probably going to miss more obvious stuff because I am sick. And I was debating on whether or not, I've had this debate with myself, whether or not to actually do these resume reviews when I'm sick, because I'm going to miss more stuff because I'm sick. And then I kind of came to the conclusion that if your resume is good enough to get past a sick recruiter, it's probably fantastic. So yes, I am going to miss more stuff than normal, and I am probably going to just in general miss some more obvious stuff. But if you can get it past this sick brain where I should be in bed sleeping, then you have a really good resume. And it's also possible that when you submit your resume, the person viewing it is sick, or maybe they have a dog barking and they're getting 13 calls at the same time. So I think it's important to do this even when I'm going to miss some more obvious stuff. So with that, let's take a look at what this person is looking for. They just said their ratio was 150. I don't know anything else. That's not good. But 150 ratio is, well, not good. So let's see why this is not working. So formatting, little off, but oh, there's too much bowling already. Okay. Anyway, they have a results, blah, 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 proficient in data, holds degree. Yeah, again, summaries are not needed for the vast majority of them. So unless you are, sorry, I keep hitting the mic, unless you are specifically switching careers or there is something critically wrong with your resume, you don't really need a summary. The exception to that is some like manager positions, high level. So like C-level directors may need a summary, but you don't need a summary. Most everybody else that's IC, which is individual contributor, doesn't need a summary. Also, this is too long and has too much bolding. This could have fit into 2 lines, and it's smaller. The font is smaller for some reason. So, analyze 100K restaurant inspection records using Python. Python is one. I don't know if Panda is. I know that's for like AI, I think, but whatever. For operational insights, performed EDA. I don't care about EDA. I don't even know what that is. Something data, I imagine. Part of product owners to gather client requirements for business case. This is actually a solid one. And here's why summaries don't usually work. So I have to get all the way here to get what I actually want. I mean, education is solid too, but you need to fit that into 2 lines. But this, look, like client requirements is going to be the clients, stakeholders, customers, although they are not the same, they kind of all count for the same amount of thing when you're looking for those in a resume. So model forecast, Python and Phodium, predict, maybe build Tableau and Tableau, that one's good. Again, like here's why you stop bolding everything. I don't care that you have EDA. I don't care that you did the client requirement. I don't care about this. Your bolding is making it worse. Nothing here should be bolded. Absolutely nothing here should be bolded. It just makes it harder to read. And you actually do have 1 or 2 of the things that I'm looking for. But everything is bolded that I may actually miss what I'm looking for, which isn't good. Data pipeline, because like, where's SQL? Where is SQL, actually? Can I even find SQL? Okay, again, summary doesn't count. It's all the way down here. All right, that's not good. So, here's the problem. This has almost like, I only have like 2 keywords I'm looking for. I need you to remake this. Also, this could be written in a different way. I really need the stuff that's over here. I do understand the Panda can maybe be AI, but the recruiter may not. Or guess what? I'm wrong and it's not AI. But stop bolding everything. If you fix the formatting, you'll have a better chance, but you still need better bullet points. The only one I really liked is this one, but you don't tell me enough about it. I don't want to just know that you partnered with owners to gather requirements for business to senior management. I want to know why you did that, because the 3 parts of a successful bullet point are the what, which is the keyword of qualification, which you do have there, the how, which you gathered business requirements, and the why, which is why you did it, and I'm missing that. And then this one needs to be a summary. This needs to be a summary, although these keywords are solid. So the first bullet point under each job description needs to be a summary of that job description's duties. So there's formatting and bullet point issues, and I can very much see why you're having, issues with this. So you're going to need to fix all that, and then let's go to the next resume. All right, back. But yes, what is your good news, Shell? I am looking forward to the good news. All right, let's see. Let's edit that. There we go. 77.1. Bear, you better not be eating the garbage again, buddy. That's not good. You got 2 offers? Yes! Everybody, congrats to Shell. Give him the... Yes! Congrats. All right. Here, I'm marking that in the... I am marking that in my success chart. I have a success chart that I have for people that have success. That is the word. Obviously, schedule. It is here. Brain. Yes, congrats. I'm glad. Okay, brags and bring that, and then that is 2/17, 2025. Hell yeah. I'll send you a proffer later. Okay, good. But yes, I am happy for you, Shell. I'm very happy. And that means I can place people in the UK. Heck yeah. I'm global, baby. Global. Globally. I actually am trying to work with the government in California to help people get jobs so that the government can help pay for that. So the actual feedback of how it is helpful, because I can basically say to the government, look, I help these people do X and Y. So I'm always happy for feedback. So because this is just a lesson to everybody in corporate and in general, which I have found. This is not necessarily a recruiting one, but good deeds die in the dark. You do need to brag about your good deeds. And if you don't, then people will think you've done nothing at all. And especially if there's any recruiters in here, you 100,000% need to do that. Because when you do a good job as a recruiter, people think you've done nothing at all. But I am very happy for you, Shell. I'm glad you can start earning an income. And heck yeah. Oh, I wish I wasn't sick. I would do more with that, but I can't. I don't keep coughing. But I am very happy for you. For real. Okay, is this gonna pull up? Okay. Good, it's not. Woo! This bear is happy too. He's busy chomping on a toy. Did you hear me call your name, buddy? Did you hear me? I'm not giving... Not a treat, bud. I'm just giving you pets. You don't need any more treats for a while. I mean, I'm really hoping you're not gonna be upset from the trash you ate. Especially because I was eating a lot of spicy food to get rid of this. And I don't know how dogs handle capsaicin. But he seems fine, so... alright. Data analyst. Let's see, did that. This is a full stack dev. Oh, good, they gave me the actual one. Let's see, full stack dev. They got a few interviews from staffing agencies. Most of my interviews I've gotten through referrals or in person. The resume formatting looks ugly because it's a censored version of my resume. The real one looks pretty and organized. I have a 2-page resume, but if yours is still early mid, I'll limit it to 1 page. Okay. And then they actually cut off what they said over there. I was meant to ask, but one of my friends finally sent the resume to you. Should have done it. Business analyst. I am doing resumes that were sent to me on the 4th of February. So I might have done that Wednesday. I'm not sure. I don't see a business analyst in the next ones, so I think I might have already done it, which means it should show up maybe Monday at the latest on my YouTube channel. As I do remember last week I did a, thing. Alright. See, that's good, that's good. This is a full stack. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be in Monday-ish. That's my guess. Monday's video. Because I've already done all that. Let's see, what do I have stuff saved for? I think I have it saved till Monday. Okay, don't have me talking. Okay, I don't want me talking on that one. Let's see. It is... Oh, that video is doing pretty well. Neat. Let's see. I have one to February 24th. That's probably it. So the 24th is... Yeah, so Monday. It's going to be probably between here and Monday is when they see it. Maybe send a more specific finding it to send to my friend. Yeah, don't worry. I can let him know. If your friend messages me the email they used to apply, I can sort that to see where they are in which video. That's the only reason I actually get people's email is specifically so that if I miss one, I can be like, hey, it's in video X and Y. But let me see this. I might be able to just check real quick. Business. Oh yeah, I did a business analyst. Yeah, so I think it's going to be Monday. Monday is probably that video. Oh no, Tuesday. Yeah, I think that's going to be Tuesday's video, but it was also done on Wednesday's stream, so if they want to see the VoD, I think that was literally the second to last. Yeah, that was the second to last resume I did on Wednesday's stream. So if they want to skip to almost the very end, they should be able to find me doing it live. So yeah, that'll be Tuesday. Actually, not Monday, but it'll come out on Tuesday, if that's the right resume. Okay. All right, what are we doing? Full stack developer. Why is this? Okay, full stack, whatever. Let's see this. Oh, right, I got to get the keywords. This is a resume of a full stack developer. Thank you for telling me your stack. It makes it a lot easier for me to get the keywords. So what we're going to be looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and any extra languages in Git. And AI. I mean, that's a bonus. Again, like that's a bonus would be AI. Not everything needs it. So you said your actual resume is formatted better. It just kind of got messed up in sending it to me, and that's fair. That can happen. So let's take a look. I'm not going to be too harsh on the formatting because it got garbled, but when they censored it. So software engineer, LLC. Okay, actually, this might be part of the issue here. Okay, wait, we went from a software engineer to a founder of it. Anyway, so one of the big also, sorry, again, still saying, the ratio of this is 150 to 1, which isn't good. They said they got a couple of interviews, but that's through recommendations and referrals, which again is also one of the best ways to get interviews. But not through cold applying, which is what I can really help with here. So this is already confusing. This is confusing. Your timeline is going to be confusing. And I'm going to count that even if the formatting was good, which again, you don't need this bolded, this is going to be confusing. So you need a very clear timeline. And I want to say, owning your own company is a giant red flag to hiring managers. So this alone, like before I even get to the bullet points, but this right here, which is tough to read formatting, no, tough to read like chronological dates, and the fact that you own the own company as an LLC, that would be maybe getting you rejected off the bat. So what we want to do is don't put founding software engineer, just put software engineer, or alternatively here, which I think is more accurate, is that you're a lead software engineer. And I don't know if they'd care of the differences between these two. So I think you can literally just say software engineer and then keep it to just 2022 to current. That's what I would do. I don't want you to lie, but that seems easier to read rather than doing this split of July and then May, even though it's technically the same thing. So don't put founding software engineer, just put software engineer, or alternatively lead software engineer if this is correct. And then that'll help formatting wise. And again, I'm not even counting like how it got garbled by sending it to me, because that's one of the things that I don't think got garbled. So let's look at the actual bullet points. Implemented Stripe checkout system automated for enhancing the platform's core e-commerce. Develop a full stack using React for the front end, serverless for the back end. Built a platform showcasing political prisoner and users raised a hand. Letters for hey, developed a system for post SQL. Okay, so here's the problem with this in general. All this, and I only found 3 keywords I'm looking for. Okay, I found SQL, again, any type of SQL works, PostSQL or SQL or MySQL. I found React, and I found JavaScript. Where's the TypeScript? Where's the CSS? Where's the HTML? Where's the Node? Where's the Angular? Where's the REST API? Where's any of the cloud? Is it an Agile CI/CD? I don't see any of those. And this is why you're not getting stuff, is not only is this confusing and showing that you're a owner or founder, which is not a good look on a resume, depending on what you're applying to. If you're applying to other founder positions, that's a good look. But if you're not applying to any founder positions, this is a bad look, is you don't have any of the keywords. So they're going to barely get past this. There are going to be like, okay, this candidate's probably already not going to be a fit. They're going to look here and they're going to see almost nothing they need besides those 3 things. Then you let a team of 5 as a scrum master, which isn't really, that's a scrum master, not like, I guess it can't count, but they may think that's more of a management. Teams agility, which they may not get. MySQL, Azure, cloud, yeah. Database, develop the backend, Amazon with their, okay. Yeah, like I found only like 3 keywords in this whole thing. I don't want to highlight it just in case it messes anything up, but you're very much missing on keywords, and your chronological timeline is going to be confusing along with your actual titles. So fix the titles, fix the timeline, and you're probably going to have to make entirely new bullet points. And people are going to be like, Lee, what the heck? Why aren't you reading past this? Well, the only things that really matter in your resume is the first half. If you get past the first half of your resume through the recruiter, some managers like longer resumes or not. But the most important thing is it's in your first half. And I don't see enough in the first half. I see SQL and JavaScript and React, which is good, but I don't see anything else except Azure. So 4, but there's way more than 4 here. And you don't have to have all of these, but you really do need about 75 to 80% of them. So this is a resume that, because I've done tech, might get past me, because I know enough about IT to be like, hey, they probably just forgot to put this because they didn't think it was necessary, even though it was actually clearly necessary, and get it to the manager. But for a lot of others, I don't know if this would get past it. And I think the fact that you were having 150 to 1 is the reason for that. So those are the problems. Just a real quick summarize. Timelines off, titles off, bullet points are not good. So fix those things and you'll start getting more interviews, because the fact is you can get stuff through connections means you've got the skills, you're just not showcasing them. So let's go to the next one. Hey, Harry Zoo. When you review full stack resume, there seems your priority over front end keywords, JavaScript, while the back end languages are a little lax. Is a full stack front end dev? It's not that I am. No, okay. So here's kind of why. It's not so much that I focus more on the front end. It's just that people don't think those are necessary, so they don't put them. If you forgot like any front end language, I would then harp on that. It's just people usually get the back end language rather than the front end. And as to, is full stack 50-50 or is it more front end? It's company dependent. There are some full stack development jobs that are really back end jobs, and there are some full stack development jobs that are really front end jobs, and there are some in between. So which is more important is going to depend on the company. It's just people forget to do it. Yeah, I missed the. Yeah, so that, in fact, that was even why I missed the back end of that too, which wasn't good on me. So it's really going to depend on the company, Firebrand. Also, how are you doing, Harry? Oh no, I meant for resume. Should we go for 50%? 50%? I think as long as you have this, you're golden. Obviously you want a back end, but if you have these 4, and so I guess in order of importance, I think this would probably be the most. TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, SQL, API, and cloud. Those are probably the biggest ones for full stack. And you should have the others, but those are the ones you really want to make sure that are in your resume. And up top. So, because it's going to depend, and if we look at these full stack positions, right, like over here. Oh, we're going to get an ad real quick. Like design front end, no, software engineer, full stack. What is it going to show? Can I find it inside? Yeah, it's mainly going to be TypeScript. I think the fact is most people don't have the TypeScript, and then the side language for the backend is going to be different. That's why I also put this here, which is extra language, is primarily because if you, some companies are going to want C, some are going to want Java, some are going to want Python. But I think as long as you have TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and SQL, and cloud, the rest of it is not as important. It's still good to have, you just don't need that, but those are the ones that I think are the primary ones, based on what I've seen. And I may need to update it just in case it's changed, but that seems to be the case, which is the most commonalities. So... okay, that's a nightmare. But yeah, okay, so that's primary in .NET, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So yeah, it's just people mainly miss them, but I do get where you're coming from. So, and you can just look around with a couple of full stack job positions, you'll see that's kind of the most common one. So this is nice to have. What the heck is F#? Is F# real? Is F# a language? I've literally never heard of F# before. I mean, I guess it makes sense because they're C#, but like, is F# a thing? Failing C#, lol. Is F#? I have to like coding. F# allows you to write. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a .NET. Huh. Yeah, there's a language out there called. Jeez, that doesn't shock me, Shal. It's. Oh, IT languages are so weird. This is the story of a girl. The whole world. Okay. That's 77.1. Okay, why is founder a red flag? It's a conflict of interest. I think that's close to it, but not quite. So, the biggest thing, and this sort of goes into hiring manager psychology 101. The biggest thing for hiring managers, right, is they are afraid of making a bad hire. They're not afraid of making a good hire. They're afraid of making a bad hire. And one of the things that makes somebody a bad hire is if they are going to leave them. They're afraid of that. So having founder or owner or anything that shows that you have a stake in another company like that will give them the ick because they think you're going to leave them for another company. So, hey, this is actually my resume. I forgot to include it in my submission. This is for a back-end engineer, and you're focusing on Java. Okay, cool. So this is back-end Java. Good, K-Realm. Good. Oh, I hate being sick. Is there any other background you want to tell me besides that before we go? But yeah, so I guess it could be a conflict of interest, but the primary thing is just they are afraid. They are afraid that you're going to leave them. All right, like it's kind of like if you're looking for a long-term relationship and the other person said, "Yeah, I might be moving to another country in 2 months," right? Like that will scare them off. So they just don't want you to leave. And showing that you're a founder or owner is going to imply that either A, you don't have the skills to stay in a game, which I don't agree with, but that's the theory, or alternatively, you're just getting enough capital to restart your own company. So, in addition, if you're applying to be if you say founder and you're applying to, say, like a lower end software engineer position, the manager might think you're way overqualified and then are going to leave. Yeah, it gives the wrong impression. Basically, resume ick is the thing. Also, K-Realm, before I start this, and I'm glad you told me this is a Java developer, because I can actually get the Java stuff out. Java software engineer. I want everybody's opinion on something. So I redid a little bit of my resume guide to make it more obvious. Is this easier? I know it's a little harder to read, but does this make more sense? Because a lot of people, even after I've told them, they don't understand what I'm talking about in formatting. And that's a me issue if I've taught it that much. So I want to make sure that this is clearer. Is this clearer? Does this make more sense? I know it's a little off-putting, but the red bits do not come off. I'm going to have both, but this is, that's fair because the red bits come off. But this is just to show how to format it. Don't hire overqualified because he might leave. I figure they love. Yes, actually, Firebrand, that is very true. That is why they don't hire overqualified people. And as an example of that, and I don't want to put this down because I've done these jobs and they're actually very tough. In fact, some of these customer service jobs I've done are harder than any recruiting job I've done. But if you were the manager at a McDonald's and someone came in with a master's of psychology to a minimum wage position, you would be a little hesitant because you're like, well, why aren't they going for the master's of psychology stuff? Why are they doing minimum wage stuff? You know, I would say this makes more sense with the red edits. Okay, cool. That's what I hoped. I'm planning on putting this on my website over the weekend. No, while I'm on vacation. So, because this is the part that I think a lot of people get wrong, and I show them this, and they're like, well, what about this? So this is hopefully more clear. All right, cool. Let's go to your actual resume. And let me get the keywords out. Oh gosh, I feel so gross. Nurgle would be happy. Well, I guess Nurgle wouldn't be happy because I'm taking care of myself, and he's the chaos god of, like, depression, but where am I going here? Java engineer. There we go. Hello, old man. Thank you, Omni. I appreciate it. I am definitely feeling my age. When I really felt my age was after my judo class on Tuesday. That one. I had, like, my knee hurt, and that made me pained. So, alright. Let's go. Let's see. I think this is good. So just a reminder, K-Realm, I'm going to act like you're not here, and then afterwards I can go over and actually help with your resume. So I have a call with the HR of a company on Friday. Nice. So that's probably a recruiter screen. Technically, recruitment is under the HR umbrella, but we don't like that. HR doesn't like them calling recruiters HR, and recruiters don't like being called HR. It's a weird thing where technically we are, but everybody in the industry is like, we're really not. Hey, Last Righteous, how you doing? This is maybe my last stream until March 3rd. So, alright, let's do this so we can act, because K-Realm has been waiting it out. Oh, it's a part with the Senior Talent Acquisition Partner. Got it. So yes, the recruiter, or TA, or Talent Advisor, or Talent Acquisition, or a recruiter, or Open Position Manager. There's so many names for recruiters, I hate it. Alright. Let's see, and I'll tell you after this, Omni. After this, because K-Realm has been waiting. So, this is a resume review of software engineer, but in this case, it's actually a Java engineer. So their ratio is 100-1, which is not good. But you know, again, it could be a heck of a lot worse. I think that's like for software engineering. Let's see, how many years of experience do they have, real quick? Yeah, you're still kind of in the fresh grad part. That's bad, but you know, that's like a D- or a D. So let's see what we're looking for. Specifically for Java engineers, we're going to look for Java, Cloud, Spring, Selenium, SQL, anything JS related. JavaScript, yes, I'm aware, but technically, I know Node.js stands for no JavaScript, but you still need them written like this. Maven, Full Stack, Apache, Rust, and anything involving AI, ML, MLN. Also, Agile is a bonus, so I forgot to do that. And Cloud, yeah, we do have Cloud. So, engineered a real-time API message system between microservices using Java, blah, 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 blah. Redis, was Redis one? Redis might have been one. And RabbitMQ to relay PostSQL data modules, reducing latency between production clients. So, keywords are good, although it is confusing. Pioneered the implementation on embedded using .NET, Kafka, and building on Java and C#. It's not bad. CI/CD, Azure. So I actually I think this is why you're getting some, but not all, is I do like some of the keywords. You have CI/CD, you have Azure, you have obviously Java, you have SQL, and you have API, but I am missing some of the more, I guess, common ones that I saw, which would be like Apache, Rust, or Maven, and Spring, Selenium, along with, yeah, so, but I think the real problem here is actually a bit of a formatting issue. So first, this person's in chat right now, and I told them how to read my formatting thing, and I just showed that in the last one, so I'm not gonna show it, but this should be one line and not bolded, and this is not a good first sentence. So I know it has a lot of keywords, but your first summary sentence really needs to show what you do to a toddler. I am going to need you to explain this as if they have no idea what any of this is. In addition, you have too many of the less common keywords here, which means they may actually miss some stuff. So I do get that you've done a lot here, but we're going to need to actually more simplify this a little bit. So I am missing some. Like I said, I'm missing some of the more common ones, which was Spring, Selenium, Maven, and anything with JS, Apache, and Rust. But I think your primary problem here is just you're sick. Sorry. So you're missing stuff, right? You're missing the common stuff, and you have a bunch of stuff that isn't as common. And because it's not as common, recruiters may not actually see the actual Java. So I do see you have Java here. It's good. But if you're a Java engineer, I'm going to need to see that like in at least 2 bullet points. And that's not counting the JavaScript, which are different. I do know that. That was like the first thing I learned about IT recruiting. So you have a couple of uncommon ones. Your formatting's a little off, and your very first summary is going to be confusing to a non-technical person. So I know this is a relatively quick one, but I don't see anything really here besides AI. But again, it's after AI, and then you have AI, so people could miss that. Then Java is fine, but yeah, so this is going to be what they're looking at the most. And I think you could maybe move this to 4 bullet points, maybe 5, but we need to make it clearer to read with the right keywords in, and you can still have some of the less common ones, but we're going to move them a little lower. So that's it for this resume. Would it pass? It could. I haven't directly recruited a Java engineer in a while, but I also see why it's getting 100-1 ratio. So let's go to the next one. Okay. Give me a second. About to be gross. Let's see. How do I make volume off? All right, we're back. No one wants to hear me blow my nose on camera. All right, you call. I have forgotten how to do this stuff. So remember, the senior. What you're having is actually Omni. Dude, real quick question. Did you get into? Did you have any other recruiter screens, or was that your first recruiter screen? So, because that will actually matter on what they're looking for. But K-Realm, let me know what doesn't make sense. And again, you're gonna have to bear with me because I'm a little sick. So, did the things that I said make some sense, or do you need some more explaining? Because I'd be glad to go over them in more detail. Firebrand. Oh, Omni, is this your first recruiter screen or your second recruiter screen? Oh, you're lagging. Okay. All right. What's a good way to answer the question for an ask? Why are you trying to move companies, leave your company? Is this to job hoppers? So Last Righteous is largely correct. Is that you're actually both correct. So it's a very broad question that hits a lot of stuff. So one, they want to make sure you're not psychotic. A lot of these questions are basic because they want to make sure you're like, yeah, I left my last job because I slapped the person in the face. And yes, every once in a while, you get a candidate that says something crazy like that. Or I got escorted out of the premises for punching somebody. And it's like, so it's to immediately get out of the way of psychopaths. The second one is, yes, it can be due to detect job hoppers. But and Last Righteous is also saying, is also correct, is it's explaining a different story. But they want to know that all of those things. And a good way to answer that question, another thing is they want to make sure you're not going to badmouth your previous company. I don't care how horrible your previous company was. You never want to say, I'm leaving because my boss is a jerk, right? That's a horrible thing. You will get rejected. So what you do want to say something is like, it's a very good company. I really like working there. Unfortunately, I've kind of reached the cap of what I'm trying to do, or alternatively, I'm trying, I'm getting a little, I want to have more engaging work. Just make sure the work at that company is more engaging. Otherwise, that's an instant rejection. Or alternatively, I think there may be layoffs coming soon and I want to make sure I'm safe. So, I don't know about long-term business plan. I think you could be worried about how it'll affect your job, but you don't want to badmouth it. So, I was wondering if some of these bullet points were too long and shy to make them shorter. They're not too long. They're just not comprehensible. Because remember, K-Realm, you're writing this resume for two people. One who should know technically what you like. I almost actually put the wrong figure down. And the other is for like somebody that does not know any of the jobs. Also, 8 Cool Guy. Is that a Korn reference? There's so much Warhammer 40k now, I can't tell. But yeah, you don't want to say that you don't believe in the business plan. What you can say is, they just unveiled a new business plan, and I'm worried my job may be impacted. Or, I'm looking for more engaging work because I was doing X and I want to do Y. Although, make sure that engaging work is what you're doing, because if they say you're actually still doing Y, then no. Or, there are not a lot of growth opportunities here, and I've reached the cap, that kind of thing. So, yeah, no worries. But yeah, these are the most common Java ones I've seen. So you should definitely have this here and but like maybe 1 or 2 other Java as well. But yeah. Also, Omni Dude, is this your first recruiter screen, or is this like a second recruiter screen? This is why I have HR and real answer about why I quit that job was a talking place, but if Rafe was wanting a sabbatical to reconsider yeah, that's perfect. First, okay. So this is your first, okay, nothing crazy. They're really just trying to do red flags, and this is just like another pre-screen, right? This is just like another pre-screen question. Is like, do I do X? Do I do Y? Also, thank you for joining the channel, 8 Cool Guys. Forgot to say that. Thank you. Oh, sick. So it's just to confirm it's just to confirm that you meet the minimum qualifications. So admittedly, if you say the location is a problem since I drive interstate, if you they're gonna ask you that in this. It's basically gonna be like, so our location is X and you're in Y, and then you can go like, oh, that's not a problem because X and Y. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So this is really just to make sure that they're in the right location, the salary band is correct, they're not a psychopath. Because again, just the amount of people that are just jerks during these sometimes is more than you would think. And that you meet the bare minimum qualifications so that we don't waste the hiring manager's time. They're probably going to confirm some skills. The best option is if it's anything technical, try not to... They try not to monologue too much. They probably won't ask your current salary because that's an illegal question in a lot of places. But if they do you know the salary of this place? Because that matters. Do you already know the range? If you were... But yeah, no worries, Carol. Oh my gosh, my brain. If you were laid off or fired, should you even bother mentioning that during an interview? Like, say if you were to lie and say just decided to leave the company, is there any way that could verify that case? So you shouldn't be afraid of saying you were laid off, because there is a massive difference between laid off and fired. Yeah, Last Righteous just said it perfectly. Being laid off is a them problem, being laid off is you. So if you were fired, you can even answer that question a little bit differently. And you can say something like, you know, I really liked working there, but unfortunately it wasn't, I don't think it was a good cultural fit, and my work suffered, and, you know, I was let go, and I think, truthfully, I totally understand that and why. I have since corrected that problem, and I'm looking to, you know, go back into the workforce. So, like, being laid off is not an immediate no, but getting fired is not an immediate no. But it depends on how you phrase that. Omni, if they ask your current salary, I mean, you could just say like 10 or 20K lower than the minimum, or 10 or take what they're doing. You're not supposed to actually ask people in the United States what their salary is, because that is an illegal question for who knows how much longer, though, admittedly. But yeah. Yeah, just say the range. Just say, you know, what I'm going to be looking for is is the range on the job description. So, Omni, can you repeat that? My brain is sick. Is saying let go the same as fired? I mean, okay, so here's a good way to tell if you were fired or if you're laid off. Yeah, you can say more of the higher range. I mean, like, they're not supposed to be able to check that unless it's a government stuff. So, you can say it, but you could just say, like, you know, I'm looking for the range. But, no, you answered the question earlier. But, like, a good way to tell if you were laid off or fired is, were other people let go with you? Did they state why you were let go, right? Did they say it was a performance issue, or did they say there was no performance issue? Because that's going to matter. And should I say that the company had layoffs 2 months ago? Yeah, look, Omni, you could just say, like, you know, I really like the company, but they had layoffs 2 months ago, and I am not sure if my position's on the chopping block next. You know, that's fair. That is a fair thing to say, is I believe my job may be impacted in the next coming months. So, but I want to be clear. I'm not just saying, oh, I like working with, you really should do, I like working with them, right? Because you don't want to blame the company. Never blame or talk bad about the company, even if they are the worst ever. Yeah, I'm with Less Righteous. It's being honest is typically better, and because you gotta, it's how you say it, right? Because, like, I was fired from a couple of actually, I was let go for a recruiting job once, although I did actually find out that was because of my dyslexia. And because of how I function with that. So that actually would have been something, had I known that at the time, I could have been answered before. But I was only there for like 2 or 3 days, and because of my dyslexia, it is discrimination. But I didn't. So here's the thing about my dyslexia. I have known since I was like 7 that I've been dyslexic. I've known I've had issues with that. But for some stupid reason, my brain didn't put it into my mind. My mind was like, yeah, I just have trouble spelling some words sometimes. My brain didn't put it in mind that, oh no, this is a bigger issue than just words. You have problems parsing a large amount of data, and how you parse that data needs to be functionally different. Which is why you've had problems in office before, is because you don't get to create the actual system that helps you due to your disability. And I didn't realize that till after that job. So way later. I was like 29 or 30 before I realized, oh, that being dyslexic is way more than I thought it was. So yes, it was probably discrimination, but I didn't know it at the time, and that was years ago, so there's no way I could have fought against it. And it was only like a 3-day contract position too. So what video, what one are we on? Because it doesn't matter if it is or isn't, it matters if you can fight it and prove it. And there's no way in hell I'd be able to prove that, because that's ages ago and I didn't even realize it till like a job after. So yeah, the tell me about yourself answer is, again, your answer should just be 2 to 3 sentences. You know, my name is OmniDude. I've been a coder. I've been an analyst for 3 to 5 years. You know, I like, so here, as an example, my name is Lee. I've been a recruiter for, I think, 5+ years now. I've done both internal and external in almost every industry you can think of. And in my off time, what I like doing is watching Warhammer 40k videos and playing video games and Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. So that's a quick thing. Just something like that. Because a lot of these are essentially psychopathic tests. Because the amount of times that people say, yeah, you know, I just burned down that place and I didn't look back. Is shocking. It is shocking. I mean, the recruiter probably didn't do that. Like, yeah, it's absolutely shocking. Like, yeah, it's definitely not everybody. It's not more than, like, it's more than you would think, for sure. But it always catches you off guard, because you're like, why did you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said any of that. That's not good. Like, there's so many times where I once had a manager call my boss laughing at how bad one of my candidates were when I was sort of still learning recruiting. So, yeah, basically, as long as there's no major red flags, or alternatively, so typically the pre-screen for a recruiter is just to weed people in or weed people out more. And sometimes that means they haven't seen enough on your resume to make a decision, and they're gonna double check. Or alternatively, they do see enough on your resume and they just want to double check to make sure that you meet the required qualifications. So as long as they found what you need from your resume, which they better, because you've been in my chat forever, so you better know how to write one. Yes, you should be fine. Again, but this is where they check salary. This is where they check location. This is where they check like immigration status and that kind of thing. So, arsonist interviewing at an insurance office. Yeah, I had a candidate or two say something like that before. So it happens more than you think. It's not often, but it's more than you think. So soon trying to get a summer internship. Leave me some advice. I very much appreciate. Love the content. Okay, this is the improved one. So this is a software engineer intern, because largely doesn't matter if it's back end or front end. For internships, this is the Charizard. Yeah, I mean, you can ask the immigration status question. I might be able to help. Again, I'm not like the master of immigration issues. I was just kind of the only one that got those, and even then, I've only done like 15, maybe max. Probably more like 8 to 10 in my life as a recruiter. Moderator. Omni, can you hear me? I don't know if you get without ads or not. I think you can. I have a trash can below here. Okay, cool. Let's see. I don't think they sponsor my credentials either. If it doesn't, I can go to school part-time working once. So you're going to have to explain that. This is something you're definitely going to have to explain. Is a lot of recruiters are probably not going to understand with what the exact differences between them. So they're going to ask you that question, and you're going to, you know, if they say, can you work in the United States without sponsorship? You say yes. Usually that'll be the end of it. But if if you have to say that you are, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Citizen. Let's see if I can't find this in this. What are they gonna do? Because there's a specific question. My mind is blanking. Hold on. What can you ask if U.S. citizen? You can't. That there is a secondary thing that you ask. Where is it? Can you then see? So it's trying to find the legal question real quick. Okay, here it is. Okay. So it was, you cannot ask if you are a U.S. citizen or your native tongue. You can ask, are you authorized to work in the United States? So if they say yes and you are, then you're fine. There is a follow-up question for that, which I keep forgetting what it is off the top of my head. Shoot, what was that other question? So, hey, Raymond Jones, welcome. But yeah, it's the secondary question where you may have to just say, like, I am on a... Answer honestly, and if you don't need to bring it up, don't bring it up. But with another partner, we can go for another 3. Raymond, yes, I do advice on negotiations. I do. So for another 11 months with a partner. Okay, so if they don't ask, don't tell them. What you can say is, I don't need sponsorship because I can legally work in the U.S. by doing X, Y, and Z. Although you can also say, if you do sponsor, it would make my life easier, but I do not need you as a company to sponsor me for the next X and Y. So that is something you can do. But yes, I do Raymond, negotiations. Watching a man slowly die in real time. It's actually honestly sounds worse than it is. Because normally when I get sick, I am a baby. I am the kind of dude that gets sick and I am immediately like, I am not going to do anything for 5 weeks. But this isn't that terrible. Also, the agents say CFA preferred. Just tell them that although I do not have CFA, I am studying for the CAIA, which is the equivalent. So remember, you're going to have to teach them during that it is okay. And then they're going to write that to the manager. Where's the give Lee a treat reward? I think that's just like Prime subs. I don't know, actually. Keep power through. Thank you. I will say again, it's not as terrible as it sounds. I really, like, normally I am the biggest, like, I need my bottle when I'm sick. So, I'm actually not as bad as I thought it was. We'll see if that continues. Sir, did you not hear? Oh, good morning. Oh, good stretch, buddy. Look, I got a treat. Yeah, you know the word for treat, huh? Come on. Come on, get closer. Why are you sitting like that, weirdo? All right, stay. Stay. Go get it. Omni, you're giving people a treasure that you cannot view. But yeah, Raymond, what gosh, 160p is the nightmare. What kind of oh gosh, so sick. What kind of negotiation are you talking about? Because negotiations are very specific. I'm talking like industry, years of experience, how long you've been without a job, etc., etc. And I'll get to that after this resume. Ooh, nice. Sunnyvale. Is that close? That's in San Fran, right? Yes, that's like 5 hours away from me. Bay Area. Why are you going on the break the week of my interview? I'm sorry, Omni. I'm sorry. This trip was planned. So yeah, let me know the details and I'll see what I can tell you about it. But let me do this resume first. Okay, this is software engineer. This is Charizard. First year comp, trying to get an internship. All right. This is a resume of a back-end software engineer intern. Typically for internships, it doesn't really matter so much whether you're back-end or front-end. Typically, it's really once you graduate that you actually have to specify. That's at least from what I've seen and found. So as an intern, what we're going to be sorry, y'all, looking for is a basic knowledge of the tech stack. So we're talking like language, we're talking library, we're talking the SQL and cloud. And also, I hope y'all cannot hear my dog. He is huffing for some reason. I'm petting him off to the side, which is why I'm angled like this. We want to know that you could work well with others, that you could take criticism and direction. So, formatting wise, this is a little off. In fact, I kind of remade my format to help people because it wasn't being understood. So let me bring that up, and I can already tell at a glance why this is not super working formatting wise. Let's get this up for people so they can actually see. This should be on my website hopefully by the time this video airs. So this is how it's supposed to look. Arial 14, Arial 12. This first name last name is bolded. Everything below this line is Arial 10.5. And then the only things that are bolded is this and this, none of this. So, this can be one line and doesn't need to be bolded. This doesn't need to be bolded and is one line. And then before I even get to any of the bullet points, what I did notice is the dates. So this is January 2024 to present. This is December 2024 to January 2024. And this is also December. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. And that is going to confuse people. Maybe you just changed that when you sent it to me, but we are going to need a timeline. We need a good and clear timeline. It should make sense at a glance. In addition, these just say software developer. I want these to say interns because it's going to be weird. Like, this is a red flag if you've been in a software development for a month and a month and a month, but it makes a lot of sense if it's an internship. So that is the part that is a little confusing to me, is the duties and goals of these. Is I feel like these should be internships, or alternatively, if these were jobs, then just keep this one. But so formatting's off, timeline is off, job titles are off, and we don't know how many they've applied to. Also, it's very possible they fixed this, because I think they sent me 2 of these, and in between they might have fixed the resume. So, developed a full stack NFL that integrates fantasy footer using Pandas, Python, NumPy, Scikit-learn. Again, if we're doing full stack, this is solid, but I really just want to see developed a full stack football chat advisor that uses TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Python, and then one of these. Integrated with OpenAI, LangChain. I don't know if LangChain could be it. Relevant machine learning model. This is actually okay. Also, none of this should be bolded. There's too many bolds. Designed and implemented the front end using React, JavaScript. Okay, there it is. That's fine. But I am missing SQL. I think you really do still need SQL. Yeah, I'm missing SQL primarily, and I'm also missing, again, how you worked with others. And then this is weird, because this is your programming lead? And this is the part that doesn't make sense. That's the problem with a lot of this, is it doesn't make sense at a glance. All right? And I'm sick right now, but this is the attitude you're going to have to get past is, well, wait, why is this here? I don't know. Why is this here? I don't know. Why is this here? I don't know. Why were you a lead when you're applying for an intern job? And unfortunately, if at any, this goes for everybody, not just interns, if at any point anybody looks at your resume and says, I don't know why they do X, they will find the worst reason to think you've done it. That's why you need to put dates, is because otherwise they're going to think that this is how long you've worked there. If you put 2024 to 2025, they're going to assume it's December to January. My guess is that you're an intern, actually, and that would make sense, but it doesn't make sense for a full-time employee. So this resume doesn't make a lot of sense. It's formatted wrong. The timeline is off. The titles are confusing. The actual bullet points are not terrible. I think I'd like a little bit more SQL, and then a little bit specifically about how you worked well with others and took direction, but I think these could pass. It's just everything else is confusing. So you really got to fix that, because, and again, this goes for everybody, if there's any unknowns in your resume, they will always think of the worst thing for it. So, does this pass? This is the kind of person that I would probably phone screen and double check and confirm, but that's not something all recruiters necessarily get to have the time to do. So let's move to the next resume. Welcome, Mastodon. Okay, better keep your Discord notifications on. I am going to be working on it. Okay, so let me go back real quick to get to chat. Raymond, I don't think I'm going to negotiate because I don't have a competing offer. That's the correct choice. So the very first thing I want to tell you about negotiating, and this goes for everybody, is if you're not willing for there to be no deal, never negotiate. Because it's very possible that the person you are negotiating with may not want to negotiate and just walk away. So if you don't have the leverage to walk away from the deal, don't negotiate. That's just a hard rule, unless you're okay with the offer being pulled. And it sounds like you don't, so I would keep it. Walmart in the place you are, probably pretty solid, and truthfully you can at least use as a springboard even if you don't for others. So definitely wouldn't negotiate, because like if they pull the offer, you've got nothing else. But if you had like 5 other offers, who cares? Okay, I gotta blow my nose. Give me a second. I'm turning off the sound so you don't hear me. Okay, back. Yes, Omni, I'm going to keep my Discord on, but I am on vacation, so I'm not going to check it maybe once a day. But I will keep my Discord on. And we don't get to hear Bear. Honestly, it's fine. He makes a lot of weird noises. I actually kind of wish I could pick them up sometimes because they're kind of cute. When mentioning presenting data to non-technical stakeholders to confirm or say you should do X when they're stuck, what if they just ignore what you say? What would be the resume bullet point? If they just ignored what you said, I wouldn't put it on my resume. And sometimes they are. Sometimes it doesn't matter how convincing you are, they would just ignore it. So I really wanted to know that their internship is focused. That's also fair. I mean, these are just the things I'd see from a recruitment standpoint. I do know the managers would be a little bit different. A lot of issues with dev resumes is striking the balance between bullet points and listing technology. Kind of. I think a lot of the problems with dev resumes as a whole is they don't write for their actual audience. This could go full stack, Python, or AI. Different with somebody AI intern, full stack intern. I give this one a D as a hiring manager. Yeah. Know the value or role in the market when negotiating ahead. Correct. Omni dude, I have a skip the line function. You should have enough points to use that, but yes, I would be glad to do that for you. Let's see. But also Last Righteous, this is the type of resume that I would probably get. I would ask follow-up questions about, hey, I didn't see it in your resume. What have you done with X? What have you done with Y? What have you done with Z? And then give that to the manager, because I also agree this is like a D- resume from that. So let's see let's see. I see. What about the case of phrasing results and confirming they're on the right track? Yeah, no, that's fine. So if you do confirming the right track, what we would be in, obviously this is the note I was using, which if I'm gonna stream tomorrow, I'm gonna put that up too. You just say presented X and Y using Z and T, which allowed our stakeholders to use the data for future decisions, which allowed our stakeholders to know we were actually, which confirmed our stakeholders' questions about our business strategy. There you go. All right. When did you submit it? Did you actually submit it yet? There it is. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let me get it real quick. This is going to be 77.34. 77.3.4. Okay. Let's make sure this is good. Alright. Oh, this is an actual chef. Okay, I'd have to look up the keywords for that one. Is there anything you can get me on the back end to know more about this job? Because I have not, I guess, not looked for an actual chef position. That's culinary is not. But, and I'm not sure. Oh, wow, there's a lot of positions here. There's actually a lot. Like, what kind of chef are we looking for? Am I, like, misreading this? This is... No, yeah. Masters in culinary... Because, like, I don't think you're looking for Bob's Diner. This seems... Cooked 3 souffles with Gordon Ramsay approval. Wait, what is Comus 2 and 3? You're gonna have to give me more. Any like Comus? Comus? What is Comus? Okay. Alright, I guess enter location is okay, there we go. That matters. Also, this is there we go. Oof, that's not a lot. Pronounce Kami, it's a rank in the kitchen. Okay. Huh. Alright, well I can use these at least. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom really quickly. And then I'll snooze another ad we get so you don't have to go through that if I get one soon. Okay, back. Let's see. I would have assumed a commissary. That's actually true. I could have also seen commissary. I didn't think about that one. She's still in her master's program. She's looking for part-time thing right now. I mean, okay, I'm gonna have to go based on these skills. I just don't know how they do this part-time. Okay, I guess so. We're gonna make it wider here. Experience level, because they actually, I really wish there was a difference in part-time, because I don't think, oh, they do have part-time. Yeah, there's only 2 results. Okay, this is going to be an issue. Just for the variety of jobs, because I'm going to have to do this 100 miles away from Birmingham. So, all right, we're going to do a chef. This is actually kind of cool, Omni. I'm glad you did this. I have not recruited for that. Okay, a day in the landline. What are we doing? Part-time. So, what we need. Enthusiasm. Okay, hard and learning. So I guess I'm just going to put chef / a commis chef. What, is there an equivalent rank for? I've never heard of this. Commis chefs are novice chefs. Oh, so this is like entry-level chef. Okay, but not like... Okay, this is starting to make... Indeed might be better. Indeed might be better. I've just had problems with Indeed for this, but I think this also would be like entry-level chef, right? Wouldn't that work? Okay, commis ones, so she has like 2 to 3 years. Okay, well, this is what I'm gonna have to look for at least. Yeah, I just don't have the format to do it. It's gonna look ugly for y'all, unfortunately. Again, the main thing is this is in Birmingham, England. And it's part-time, which is gonna really reduce the hours. But I did find at least some to do the, chef. Okay, so let's see what we got. Obviously previous. Yeah, they need Python. That's what they need. Heck, you might need to know how to cook a Python. So this is going to be multitask in fast-paced environment. How you worked as a team. Food safety. It's good, and then thrive. Yeah. Okay, but then let's look at Heartwood hits. We offer. I mean, admittedly, she's got a good chance because not a lot of people are applying. Team player, yeah, that's what it's detailed. So this is going to be multitask, fast pace, and detail. And then we're going to do food safety. We're also going to be, I think specifically as type of cuisine. Cuisines. There's no way in hell I can spell that. Oh, she can't cook steaks. I've eaten alligators or crocodiles before. They actually really do taste like chicken. They were very tasty. I actually really did like it. I don't really like chicken, but I liked crocodile or alligators. All right. Oh boy, this is. Okay, I think I've already seen this one. It's food prep techniques, skills. No Python. Yeah, I know. How could they not have Python? Every chef needs to know how to cook Python. Or Java. They need to. I guess Java is a coffee, so. These are probably. Yeah, this is not. At least these simulators are easy to find. Okay. Comma chef. Knowledge effectively. Okay, here we go. This is more interesting and is easier to find. Honestly, this very well might be a type of profession where your resume doesn't matter as much. Just because there's so few of them and it's how that industry works. Let's see. 1140. Well, admittedly, that's the UK. The UK has different salaries. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta blow my nose again. Okay, back. All right, we're doing Bear's performance review. Let's do it. All right. There he is in his favorite spot. Bear. Buddy, are you tired? All right. So, sit. Sir, we've got a serious issue with you today. So, our biggest problem is you went to the trash. Now, I am sick and wasn't able to clean up as much as I normally could be, so you ate some of my spicy ramen. And I am worried about you because that is against our health code. So, you are in a little bit of trouble. Now, I know you don't understand that because you don't follow our safety guidelines, and I'm about to give you a treat, which I'm cutting in half because I do not want you to get sick, although you probably are fine because I ate most of it. So, but you have been very attentive to me, I would say, overall, and that has been very good. You've been very kind, you've been very sweet, but you did go into the trash. So, rank-wise, what I would say overall is we need to put you on a PIP, which is a petting improvement plan, because I think we need to give you more attention. And also, you are going to be very sad because we're going to be gone for a week and you're going to have a dog sitter. But right now, at this very moment, stay. Go get a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Uh-oh. How are cats and dogs sleeping all day and not doing anything, right? They sleep like 12 hours or something. Can dogs get diarrhea? Wouldn't you do that if you could? Yeah, dogs do. Oh, yeah, dogs definitely get diarrhea on me. It's not fun. Be nice, I don't have to worry about taxes and get head pads. I got auto-modded nice and head pads. What did you get auto-modded for? Weird. Dogs asleep. Oh. Okay, that's... I get it, but that's weird. All right. That's a little overzealous. I'm actually not seeing a lot of dissimilarities between these jobs. So these are going to be qualification. All right, so we're gonna do certifications. What are you borfing about? You just got a treat. Certifications are gonna be good, and I'd say I don't know what these qualifications are. And city qualifications. Hygiene, those are short notice. Okay, I think this is solid. No supervisory license or certs. Yeah. Okay. Did I do this one? I did Charizard. Okay. Nope, wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. Alright, these are what I'm going to be looking for. Let's see. Scunthrope problem? What is Scunthrope? Also, let me change this back to the United States because I don't want to forget that. So. Alright. Let me snooze the ad because I said I would do that. Bear, why you borfing? Why are you borfing? You've got a big borf. I know, you're a big boy and you do big borfs. Okay, just don't bark at people. You just want pets, but they don't get that because you're a big dog. Trying to censor words like something actually censor non-offensive. Yeah, that happens a lot. So Scunthorpe is a place in the UK and also features the... Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Alright. Omni, I'm doing your sister's resume. Also, it's kind of cool that y'all are everywhere. This is a resume of a chef, a commis chef, which is something in Europe. It's like a still learning chef, but like in between, I guess like an apprenticeship, it would be the equivalent in the United States. So yeah, this is a chef in the UK, which is what I was specifically looking for. And let's review this resume, what we're gonna need. And this is gonna be kind of a basic resume for this. And I'll be honest, I've never recruited for chefs before. We're gonna need to show that you can multitask, that you can basically multitask in a fast-paced environment and still maintain attention to detail. They want to know how you worked as a team. They want to know that you have food safety, which this was the keyword that I looked at. I don't know what that is in the United States, but I guess it would be the equivalent of a food certification, health qualification guideline. That you have good food prep techniques, that you've done certain types of cuisine, such as French or whatever else besides French. I don't know enough about... I've watched enough Gordon Ramsay stuff. You think I'd be able to parse that together. But yeah, types of cuisine, and then any other certifications or city qualifications. So, this is what we want to see. Let's see if they have it. Do they? Also, people in chat are telling me that it is spelled... I spelled it incorrectly. That makes sense. It is spelled like this. Kami. Okay. Again, this is a UK type of spelling, so but yeah, so what we're gonna be looking for, okay, people keep saying I'm misspelling it right, so we're just gonna, in chat, and they're yelling at me, so we're just gonna do chef rank 2 or 3, whatever it is, you know what this is. So I am a culinary professional, 2 years experience, art of creating unique culinary experiences. Got to commit. Again, I don't know if a summary is necessary for this. Education, high school, bachelor's. You've already, there's a lot of education. Wow, you're a very good chef. I don't, at least in the United States, I don't know if this is across the pond, but if you've graduated with your bachelor's, you don't need your high school. So truthfully, I think this entire section can be cut. Now, as you are working with certifications, what we do want, and I don't know if I see those real quick, I don't, is we want to make sure you have your certifications up here in the education. Normally, I say specifically you want about 2 to 3 lines max, but as this is sort of a special case, you do want your you want it to be over here, right? So this is I've remade this so people can understand it. This is how I want everybody to write a resume. Under the education and certification sections, I want to see it like this. So, and then above the masters, I actually do want the certifications. So, which again, I don't know the exact type. I imagine it would be HACCP or whatever. So we want to see those. Those are what we want to see. So basically, this whole section can be deleted. This whole section can be deleted. And then we could put in 1 or 2 certifications here, either before or after the masters. And I don't think you need high school, although again, that may be different based in the UK. So let's go to the after the formatting issues. Let's go to the actual bullet points. Progress from training to combat standard adaptability, master the critic traditional fusion, go on cuisine, showcasing creativity and innovation, develop provision of modern culinary, enhancing the quality, consistency, collaborative, effective with the diversity. Okay, so these are not great bullet points. Admittedly, typically in these types of positions, you don't get any as a recruiter, but it's still pretty good to have some. What I need is I need to see that you have worked as a team. Now, the problem with this is you said you have, but you haven't shown you have. And this is the what, why, and how. So what I need here, besides the formatting issues, is a summary of this job. What is this job? All I know is that you created traditional and fusion go-on cuisine, and you worked with a team, and you used a sous vide machine. But I want to say, at X restaurant, I was the chef or commis to in charge of making sure our area was hygienic, up to food safety. The team was working together while cooking go on and X foods. That way you would have almost everything. The problem here is I don't have a summary of what you do because I don't know. Your summary should be so obvious that even if you black out or bar out what this is over here, I should still be able to tell what you do. Then for the rest of these, what I need is for you to showcase. I want to know what, which is the keyword of qualification, how you use that, and then why you used it, right? Like I seriously, a good keyword or good one would be kept area clean and hygienic according to HACCP guidelines, while ensuring food was processed in an X way to keep customers happy. So that's kind of the thing, is I don't see that here. Now, admittedly, when I was looking at these jobs, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of competition. So you stand a pretty good chance, even with a not great resume. But this is what I'm going to need, is I need these better. I need it to be like this, okay? In fact, go to my website. It has both this template and alternatively below the template, not alternatively, it has how I wrote that out. I want you to write it out like that. And this is how I want you to format it. So your formatting's off and your bullet points are off. Now, that's not good. Yeah, this is cool, but the bullet points are off here. Marketing stuff, food. So yeah, I'm not seeing food safety. I'm not seeing how you worked as a team. I'm not seeing any of the certifications or qualifications. And I'm not seeing how you worked at a fast pace and a detailed environment. A fast-paced, multitasking, and keeping detail. The only thing I really see is Goan, which I don't actually know what kind of food that is. It sounds cool, though. Goan is, okay, so it's part of India. It sounds awesome, and I looked up a picture, and it looks delicious. But I need more than that, because this is the only thing I found in basically the whole resume. So, yeah, that's how it is. I mean, realistically, you're going to have to completely redo it, including the bullet points. I don't think it's going to take you more than an hour or two, but once you have that, you'll have a very solid resume you can use for a lot of other positions. So that's my view. I don't think this passes, but when I looked at how many people actually applied to these roles, it's very possible that even with a bad resume, you may get called anyway because there's just not a lot of people that do it. So, because again, all of this is kind of graded on a bell curve. So, that's my review for the Cobbist Chef. I don't even think I'm pronouncing that right. And let's go to the next resume. Goa is an ex-colony of Portugal and India. Okay, that's neat. Oh, they arrived there. Yeah, I imagine that's really good. This will go up on YouTube. Hold on. This is episode 77. Wednesday. Next Wednesday is when this should go up. Is next Wednesday. Cool. Yeah, no worries, Omni. Next flight, I'm gonna go to EU passport for your postcards of Goa. That's neat. Okay, I'm gonna need like a couple more minutes. We have an ad, so I'll be back. Okay, back. What kind of food is for Goan? Goan, am I saying that right? Goan? I want to know what traditional Goan food. Oh, I've not even heard of these. These look so good, though. I love different cultures' food. Like, when I go to other places, I love to do, like, a food tour. That's, like, ideally how I vacation, which is also why I need to lose weight, probably. So. But I love different stuff. Although, that's why I'm always like, people that go to other places, they, like, only eat McDonald's, and I'm like, why? Although, admittedly, I do like how, like, McDonald's and American fast food is fundamentally different in other countries. I think that's cool. But, you know, it's like, I'm in this place. Why would I eat what I used to eat, you know? It's gotta have new experiences. Now that I have a job, my travel bug has come back strong and you need to rebuild your savings. Cool. Cool, cool. Where would you go when you could? I want to go to Japan. That's the place I'd like to go. Not for like the anime and stuff, because that's fine, but like I want to like architecture and like the food and their arcades, because I know Japanese arcades are banging. They got the craziest games. So, and I'd like to play pachinko too, once. I'm not into gambling, but you know, I feel like you would have to if you're doing that kind of stuff. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, good. I didn't do that wrong. Alright, what is next? We have 77.4? How many are in this video now that I'm looking at this? This is going to be a very long video. Oh no, I'm going to have to redo these. Not pachinko. I want to go to Japan too. I want to go up to South America and the Mexican pyramids. That's neat. I live in LA, so I can get actual Mexican food here. It's obviously not the same, but LA's fantastic Mexican food. But yeah, I would like to go to, and the Nordic countries. I want to go to like Iceland, Switzerland, and Sweden, and that stuff. So Japan, and those are the ones. I've been to Iceland before, and that was very fun. I might have to redo these, because this is 3, 4, 5 already in this video series, and there's 2 more. Huh. If we have to abbreviate the months for dates in the resume, how do we go about it? 3 letters or 4? If it's 3 letters, should apply to month like June, just shorten it to Jun. If it's 4 letters, to January, begin Janu. I would say, well, if you're applying in the US at least, because I know that the format is, instead of just doing Jun or Jan or Mar, which does make sense, I would keep it to a number. So that to like 10 2026. I at that point, if you're using that, I would just use the numbers. So you do got to be careful, because how the UK does these are a little bit different. So because everybody America is weird, and that this in the United States is March 10th. This would be February 10th 2025 to October 2nd 2026. But in the UK, this would be like, I don't know, the opposite, I think. I don't know how y'all do the numbers over there. Everybody gets mad because I really do think day, month, year is the best one. Or month, day, year. When you're in recruiting, I think month, day, year is very good for me because of how I document stuff. But that is a cultural difference, so. 210 day, month, year. Gerber. Yeah, I know. Everybody in the UK is like, why? But it's very beneficial for me. Month. Yeah. In the US, it's month, day, year, while in the UK, it's day, month, year. So, as long as you're not applying internationally, you're fine. But yes, that is, I actually prefer the American way in this. I think metric is great. I think healthcare outside is amazing, but I will die on the hill of month, day, year being the superior format. So, boo, I know, because it's more efficient in daily use. Because a lot of the time, I need to know what month it is before I know what day it is. And that's in the case of a lot of things. So, I prefer it that way. And when I make my spreadsheets, I like it that way. I am understood that I'm gonna, like, everybody just like unsubscribes after I say that. But like, I will die on this hill. That is the hill I will die on. No, especially because of how I see it on a spreadsheet, the month is critically important. I will die on this. I will fight people on this. And I show them my spreadsheets. They're like, okay, I guess that makes sense based on how you did that. Because I don't necessarily care what day it was. The month is largely more important in recruiting because it's 3 weeks. Should we just use 1366 and then the year? Oh, God. That would be more efficient, but I would hate that. I would hate that. I hate all of that. That breaks my dyslexia. Yeah, what does happen on leap years? Okay, so we did... Which one is this? Charizard we just did. Well, we did Omni Sister first. Gosh, can I change this? Because this is gonna be a super long episode. Wednesday is gonna be like 40 minutes practically. Okay. Oh, this is hard to read. I wish there was a way for me to or count the number of days since the year 0. That is the worst. Firebrand, that is the worst. No. I hate that. that makes me despise it. Oh, I hate that. So 30 plus 30, 59 in a year. This is no. I hate you all. I hate it. Oh, that's a nightmare. Keywords, project manager. I do have a project manager resume. Or project manager keyword saved up. Good. Then you still gotta know if it's 0. I hate that. I hate all of that. Y'all are no. Y'all are not allowed to ever design calendars. You're just not. Don't put calendar designer on your resume. All right, this person said it's almost a year since they were laid off. Trying to family with 0 enemies to help guide it seemed like a great step. Okay. Alrighty. Let's just switch to star dates. I had a coding problem on that did visible. Ooh. I would buy a bear themed. I'd buy a bear themed anything. He's just sitting there and there's a giant ray of light from the window on him and he is very happy. This is Bear's ideal state, besides getting pet. I also think it's funny because a lot of dogs, like if you actually hug them, they don't really like it. But Bear's a full-on weirdo that if you go in and give him a hug like this and you lay next to him, he's super happy. So, let's do this resume. I gotta switch this because it's like 7 for one video seems too much. Like no one's gonna watch 7 for one video. I wouldn't watch 7 for one video. I don't even know. All right. This is a resume of a project manager. So they have been searching for a year and they haven't had any luck, which isn't good. They also don't know their ratio, which again isn't good, but let's see what we can do to help. So the keywords and qualifications for a project manager, and this is going to be more qualifications than keyword based, are PMP/CSM. Those are huge. Customers, stakeholders, agile industry, the number of team members you've had, matrixed or cross-functional. There is a technical difference, but largely isn't as important on the resume as long as you have one of those. Number of projects and the budget of that, how many projects you've done simultaneously, how you used resources for success, and how you solved problems or influence. So ideally what I'd like to see are 3 different types of bullet points. One which is focused upon the technical details of your project, the other about your basically how many projects, how many members is kind of technical, but also how you used it, how many members, how you multitask, how many other projects you had simultaneously, and then how you use those resources to solve problems. So let's look. First off, this formatting hurts my eyes. I'm not sure if this is Arial 10.5, but that's what it should be. So, a seasoned project manager with over 6 years of experience leading to complex projects in the esports and multimedia industry, proven track record of cross-functional. Okay, yeah. None of this matters. You could fully delete this. Although I think it's really cool that you've done esports, and I would like to talk to you about that, but that's not gonna actually help. So, where's your education? Okay, that's fair. That's at the bottom. So, I'm assuming you don't have a PMP or CSM, but let's see what we have here. This is a solid amount of work experience. This is very good. Managed in tile. See, wait, what? Project manager at. Okay, so is this gonna show up now? I don't know why this is 2 lines. This should be 1 line. Also, again, your formatting's off. use my formatting here. You can download it down below. By the time this video comes up, the improved one with the red to show you should be on my website. So, manage entire project lifecycle by conducting pre-budget workshop, allocating in terms of leading post-implementation reviews, organizing like cross-full sheets execution over 6 years, online production across the globe, essentially manage vendors for unique live events, manage budget scaling. See, that one's good. Jira Fashion. Okay, yeah. So I don't like any of these bullet points. So for project manager and product manager and that kind of position, you can't just sort of say the keyword. You can't just say, I did X. I very much need to know the what, the how, and the why, and I don't really see that. So this is a summary sentence, but it's not a good one. Because if anything, I don't know what you did, right? That's the problem. I know you worked in esports, and I know you talked to vendors, but in this entire thing, I don't know what you do. And for project manager and product manager, and the other one that my brain is not thinking of right now, they can get confused a lot, so you really need to be specific. And I don't know what you did here. This entire thing that you've been there for 6 years, I don't know what you do. And that's not good. This needs to be, this really, really needs to be a summary of your duties. And then here, I need to know this stuff. Right? I need to know that stuff. Organized, allocated. Yeah, none of this matters, right? Like, it's like the writing thing where you can't just say, I'm angry. You have to show that they're angry through that, they were like pounding the desk and kind of thing. So I hope this makes sense, but essentially your bullet points don't work. Some of them are close to being right, but I need to know the what, which is the keyword of qualification, the how, which is how you used it, which I'm very much missing, and the why you did it, which I'm also missing. So those are missing, and your summary isn't working, and this is probably why you're not getting any interviews. It's because people don't know what the hell you did. And then once they actually get past this, they can't find what they need. Because manage budget scaling from 10K studio shows to 1 million, how is that important? Why is that important? Why do I care? It's close, but I need to know more. In addition, how many of these did you do at the same time? What was your team members? How many people did you talk to? How did you convince stakeholders or customers or clients? So this is why the resume does not work. Is I don't know what you do, and in the bullet points that were almost there, you don't tell me enough about what you do or how you did it. So also your formatting is hard to read, but that can be really fixed by just copy pasting the whole thing and making it Arial 10.5 and unbolding it. But that it's primarily a bullet point issue, more so than a resume issue. So there's not really much I can do because there's nothing here that I'm looking for. Again, this is what I'm looking for, and I don't really see that. And you can't just say it here because I don't care. I need to see how you did that scale and why you did that scale. So let's go to the next resume. Let's see. Program we use Unix time. Ugh, Unix. The 2000 were going to be brutal. The summary needs bullet points instead. I'd move the money point up. It needs XY format badly. Yeah. Because, like, I don't think it needs the summary, really. I think project management is not necessarily manager enough to need a summary sentence in the other type. But I agree with the other parts. It's the money point should be up, and it really does need the XYZ format, because I don't know what they did. I don't know how they did it, and I can't move people forward if I don't know those. Man, I wish I said that during the video. That was really neat. Okay, also, give me a... I forgot to unmute myself. I did. I muted to sneeze and forgot to unmute. Sorry about that, y'all. Because nobody wants to hear me go, bleh. That's not what people... I wouldn't want to hear me do that. And if you... In fact, if you do tune in specifically to hear me blow my nose, that's a weird... That's sus. So... It's very sus. Alright. No kink shaming, please. Alright. If I'm the kink, then yes, I can shame you. If I am the person that is being kinked upon, then yes. Oh no, I've been outed as a sussy baka. I was gonna say a sussy baka. I was actually thinking of that too. That was really funny. Alright. This is senior software engineer. Cookie Monster. Alright. Let's see. I think that's it, because again, I don't really know. Like, again, this is not good formatting, but I can already tell. You know, I'm gonna say this for the video. That's what the video is for. All right, I'd hire Cookie Monster. I wouldn't. He keeps eating the product. Not when I'm the kink, Clem. You can't kink upon somebody and then be upset if they don't want to be kinked upon. So, I don't know what the verbiage for that is, but yeah, it's also PG-13. So that's the chat channel, PG-13. So there's a little bit of that. All right. Ah, feel gross. All right. This is a resume of Cookie Monster. They are a senior software engineer. They actually have a solid ratio. If this is accurate, they have 1 to 25. But they're not actively searching for a job right now, but they may be in the future, and they just wanted to double check the resume. So, formatting wise, it's not good. But remember, just because you have bad formatting doesn't mean you're not going to get interviews. Formatting is 40% of your overall grade. And while this is not good formatting, it's not the worst. Honestly, like, again, I don't need this, and it should instead be a education section, but the rest of this is easy to read. So formatting wise, out of 40%, I'd give this like a 30%. Like, it fails, but not by a lot. Like, this is a C- formatting. So let's see this. So what we're going to be looking for is kind of tough for me because I don't actually know what kind of software engineer they are, but it's going to be the tech stack of that software engineer, which could be Python, full stack, backend. I don't know. But I do know it's gonna need SQL, cloud, and if you're doing a senior position, they're probably gonna want some levels of leadership. Not necessarily managing products or projects, but managing the people, being the subject matter expert, keeping people a little bit on track, that kind of thing. So, let's see what we have. So again, I don't think this skill section is needed. Cookie Monster material handling, senior software engineer. Minor formatting issue, this should be one line. LED, there we go, that's perfect. LED development of a new SaaS product, including multiple high-level mobile applications. Revenue of over 50 million using AWS. Okay, so I don't know if I need the revenue or not, but regardless, this is a fine sentence. Don't bold it, you don't need to bold it, but these are the right keywords. AWS, React, Angular, Node.js, and sometimes GraphQL, but not always. I haven't really seen Prisma though, but this is why you don't bold it. Spearheaded development of an offline first mobile solution with our improving app usability, enhancing user satisfaction. Again, this is maybe missing a couple of keywords, and don't bold it, but the important thing here is that you spearheaded the development of it, which is good. The rest of it is kind of but again, this is not bad. Designed and implemented async microservices. Microservices is one. Generation using NS, JBoolQ, and Redis. Redis can be. Again, don't bold it. Automated and optimized. There we go. GitHub Actions. Implemented scalable APIs is solid. So my biggest thing is I don't know what kind of... I think you're full stack, but I don't know. This doesn't count. I'm going to guess that this is it. So I'm assuming this is full stack. So, yeah, I think this is full stack. If it is full stack, you're missing TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. If it's not full stack, I will need to know if you're Java or if you're, I don't think you're front end based on this, but if you're Java or Python or that kind of thing. But you actually have a lot of the keywords here. Do you have SQL? SQL is needed. Where is SQL? SQL. No. So I'm going to need SQL here. I'm going to need to know if you're front end, back end, full stack, and if you're back end, what kind. But other than that, really just stop bolding everything, and I think you've got a good enough bullet points. So I don't know if I'd really need to move further than this. Yeah, like these are, I just need to know your primary stack and specifically your brain. Wow, still sick, y'all. Sorry. So I need to know your primary let's okay. So your formatting is off, but it's not horrible, but you can still fix it. Second, I need to know your primary tech stack, and third, I need some SQL in here. In addition, this should replace this. But overall, this is not a bad resume. And this is, again, actually, somebody in my chat said they are mobile or cloud. If you could just put maybe mobile or cloud product or something would be good. But yeah, overall, as the recruiter, I'm missing those things. But this would definitely pass a lot of places. I can see why and how is because you basically have everything else. The market's tough. The market doesn't look like it's going to get better. And I want to make sure you stand the best chance you can. So just fix the formatting, add a little bit of a primary, like make it understandable for me who cannot code, just in the tech stack, and add some SQL, and then you're solid. But otherwise, these bullet points are pretty good. You just need to stop with the bolding. Stop with the bolding. No more bolding. So I think that, yes, that is the last resume of this video. Again, still sick. Sorry, y'all. So hopefully I didn't miss too much. But if you can get past a sick recruiter, then your resume is solid. Like that's how you know it's really good, is if somebody's like, I'm dying, and then, oh my gosh, they still get past. So please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hopefully by the time this video airs, I will be healthy again. And I'll see you next time. Thank you all. And if you need more help, be sure to join my live stream as I give live help there. So, to the next video. Not even the thing. All right, I need to learn how to end a video. Bye, y'all. All right, there we go. My brain. All right. Hey, Sarah John, how are you? How goes it? What questions do I ask the recruiter in the call? Not a ton. That's more along the lines of some like technical questions. Really, the recruiter, maybe like culture. So like you can ask the recruiter like, hey, it seems really cool. I've seen some of the stuff online. What is the general culture, like the vibe of working here? So they're not going to be able to answer any technical questions, but they will be able to potentially answer, some like culture fit, benefits package, that kind of thing. But really, you need to consider it more. A recruiter screen is really just more of a secondary double check than an actual interview. And most recruiters don't even consider that an actual interview. Yes, I know the book. I'm going to try to download it and do it because you gave it to me, and I'm going to try to download it. So, like, I got sick. It screwed up my plans. I was planning on doing that Wednesday, but I do want to read it over the break, all right? I do want to read it over the break. My break. You mentioned that bullet points should have one period at the end and no periods in between. What about a semicolon in the middle? That's a level of grammar I'm not actually sure. There's a book called The 2-Minute Job Search that Omni has been wanting me to read for like a year that I need to actually do. So I'll put that as a channel point reward. No. Yeah, it's called 2-Hour Job Search, which I would like to review. So, but yeah, hey Sarah John, how's it going? I am sick is how I am. So, let's see, we're about to have an ad, unfortunately. But yeah, Omni's been wanting me to read that for ages, and I keep not reading it. I'm sorry. But yeah, semicolon, how would that even work here? Semicolon. Kind of works. Yeah. Okay. Alright, what is this? What is our next? That was 77. 75 is Monday. 76 is Tuesday. 77 is Wednesday. So I need 3 more, I think, to be caught up. Edit them on Wednesday. Alright. What? Electrical computer engineering? Change my resume a lot. This is what I'm applying with. What? Oh no, an electrical engineer intern. That's gonna be tough to do. How did you like that book, by the way, Last Righteous? I need to review it. I do need to. Omni's been wanting me to, and I've just been not, because I haven't really done a lot of writing. Can I even get it by the time I leave? 2-hour job search. Man, that was published over a decade ago. Let's see, get it now. It's on Amazon. It's $10. And I can get it. Yeah, I think remind me towards the end of the stream and I'll order it after. I can order it after the stream. Because honestly, I need a book or two while I'm there. Especially if I'm going to be sick and like sitting in the hotel room not being able to do anything. United us, and then we're gonna do electrical engineer interns specifically. All right, that's good. Oh, no, electrical engineer intern. What are we looking at? Is it gonna be the normal intern stuff? Yeah, it looks like... Look at this! Look at this! Immediately Microsoft Excel. Every single darn time. Required skills, CAN, bus, PCB. Okay. It was okay. I think the part that didn't sit well with me was the affinity groups networking stuff. Well, I'll try and judge it. Which, you know what? I could maybe even do a review of that on the stream. Oh gosh, okay. I need to go through more because I need to do another 15 resumes minimum to make sure my YouTube channel does not miss an upload date. So Last Righteous is tech. They are mobile stuff. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not doing 15 resumes here, but I just want to, I don't know if I'm going to feel healthy enough tomorrow to do this or not. I hope so. So I'm trying to get through as much as I can. But I don't think yeah. Whew. Okay. So this is, you know, normal intern stuff, which is work well with others, take criticism, work well with others, and take criticism. I can never spell criticism. You sound like that guy from What We Do in the Shadows. New York City. I love that guy so much. I know that book is general advice as a target for business school. I love What We Do in the Shadows. And I love that guy. Brian something is his name. I love how just listening to him pronounce anything I could do for like an hour. It's like New York City. I don't know how he does it like that. They're so Ha ha! It's so cool. I love what we do in the shadows. So, CAD, Meep. I'm on the final season. They only have a couple of episodes left, too. I think having bigger weak connections on LinkedIn as well felt out of date. It might be out of date. I mean, again, like, job search advice has an expiration date. And, like, I even tell people, like, it might be this stuff I'm telling you now is good now, but in 2 years it might be different. So, 2 years from now, this advice may not be salient. We don't know. And if it isn't, then I'm going to update it. Because that's what I do, is I want to make sure it's updated. But, you know, job search advice is expirationable. Is that the word, expirationable? Dude, all of these want a Microsoft Office Excel. Every single darn one of them. People are going to make fun of me for this in the video, and I'm going to have to be like, look at the job descriptions. Hell yeah, it expires. You can't walk into a business and just hand in your resume, right? Gosh, that was what my dad told me. I was like, I remember he told me about how he got his job that made money, his first, like, big boy job. Which, I don't even like saying big boy job, but he was like, they were like, well, you got a degree? Ah, good job, boy. And then he shook hands, and then he got it. He actually got it because he knew Mandarin, which was actually something that was important, and that is why actually showing your language on a resume is good. But also, I did want to let people know, I've previously said making LinkedIn posts is not a very good way of getting a job. I've actually now know of a good way of using LinkedIn posts to get positions. It's not the only way, and you shouldn't like work at your connections like that crazy, but it is a beneficial way that takes like 10 minutes once, and then you don't need to do it again for maybe another 4 months. So, which is essentially, and I don't know if this is applicable, but my friend made like LinkedIn posts detailing his experience, and it didn't get any traction, which is what I expected. But they had their former boss repost it saying, you all need to hire this person. So if you can get a former boss to validate you and it's clear of what you do, that actually can get you some traction, which I didn't even consider until I saw it in action. So, but again, it's not like you're going to spend hours on LinkedIn. That's my job. That's what I have to do. It's just specifically make a post that clearly shows what you are. So like, I am a back-end software engineer with 5 years experience in Python and 12 in AWS and 3 in Celery or whatever with X and Y. And then if you can get a previous boss to say, hey, they worked under me, you need to hire them. That gets you traction. Because he didn't even get any results until then. And then he got people blowing him up. So, and that actually is a way I didn't think of that I think is a good way to do it. So, yeah, and again, I don't want you to be like, oh, I need to get all the traction on LinkedIn. This is literally just using previous bosses to vouch for you. You ever see that Korean movie Parasite? I like that movie. Moral I'm seeing in real life is that getting someone to advocate for you is worth big than coming in from the cold. I mean, you do. This is also why people don't just recommend everybody. Is, you know, you are putting your recommendation on the line, because if I say, hey, I recommend Shell and OmniDude, they're amazing, and then their first day in the office they just set everything on fire, it hits me. So that's kind of why. Also, I liked Parasite. That was a good movie. Yeah, honestly, learning Mandarin is a very good skill. I'm terrible with other languages, but Mandarin would be very important to learn. Which I think that's the main language they speak. I know they speak others too. but I don't know enough about China's overall stuff. Okay, every single one of these has that. All right. I actually saw 1942 and Parasite, and everybody kept praising Parasite, and I'm like, I thought 1942 was a better movie. They're both good, though. Yeah, the other major factor is it being personable and good enough. Look, every time someone says, I want a job that doesn't deal with people, you can't. Every job deals with people. Being sociable will help you in everything, because humans are animals, and humans are pack animals. We stick together as a pack. So learning how to deal with the other pack mates will always be beneficial in everything you do, regardless of what it is. So, bro, I barely talk to people in my job, and I want to. That's kind of the problem with recruiting a lot of the times, is it's very lone wolf. Like, recruiters usually don't talk to each other. So I do appreciate my bosses trying to do, like, Friday night get-togethers. Not Friday night, but, like, Friday middle-of-the-day meetings, just so everybody could talk to each other, because it's a very lone wolf profession. And if you're not a jerk to people when they talk to you, I'd rather that than an extrovert jerk. Yeah, I know, but look, talking to people is a skill, and it's chances are the extrovert is going to know how to talk to people better than an introvert, because they just have more practice on a longer time scale. That doesn't mean you can't be a jerk and an extrovert, but... And I'm like, surprised they get modded, so I will keep it PG. Yeah, that. Like I said, keep it PG-13. So, all right, what is this one? All right, I'm going to have to give them the whole spiel that I'm sick. So, what the heck are they? They don't know. Okay. This is a resume of an electrical engineer intern, and let's review it. So, what we're going to be looking for is normal intern stuff, which is working well with others and taking criticism. Here are the skills: CAN, BUS, PCB, CAD, MIP, Revit. And I swear to you, in almost every single job description, Microsoft Office Suites, Excel, Word, PowerPoint. You look up internships for electrical engineering, almost every single one of them had that in there, so you absolutely need it. Then this type of Reddit, these words, whatever the heck this means, and construction drawing specifications and electrical systems. Also, I am still sick, so I'm probably going to miss some obvious stuff. Apologies, but again, if you can get past a sick recruiter in a resume review, your resume is solid. And if you like this type of stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe. And maybe, check if you need more help. Check out my Twitch channel. I help people live. Although I'm not going to be here until March 3rd. That's when I come back. I'm on vacation. Although, admittedly, I don't know if anybody's going to see that, because hopefully don't miss an upload. But if I miss an upload, that's why. I'm on vacation. So let's review this resume. They have had 100 application ratio, which isn't good. And they have changed their resume a lot, which is not something you really want to do, because you're going to miss out on actually getting interviews. So a little known fact about ATS is everybody wants to know how to get past the ATS. The biggest way they order people is first come, first serve. That is the most common ATS ordering thing. So if you're remaking your resume, it's going to take you longer to click apply. If it takes you longer to click apply, your chances are less. So you don't need to keep rewriting your resume. It's not good. All right, so let's actually go with this. Looking to become a staff architect later here. We don't need this. This doesn't matter. Yeah, this can be deleted. So also relocate for an internship. I don't know if they really do that or they want to do that. So this whole section can be deleted. Education, this is fine. What is a 3.2? 3.2 GPA is a, that's not the word I clicked. What the heck is a 2 point? It's like a BA. It's an okay-ish. So the formatting of this is off. Please use my formatting right here. Also down below, where you can download that formatting, and then keep this to 1. This doesn't need to be 2. You can just do 1. One line for this. So this also doesn't need to be bolded. None of this is. So let's actually look at this. This is again 1 line. Collaborating with senior engineers and maintain 2 irrigation measures for farmers using AutoCAD, PCB. I mean, those are solid skills. Improve road construction feedback. Okay, implemented constructive feedback from managers and engineers. Technical report. That's signed. Maintain 500 lines of C++ Git. Unless this is a different time, I actually didn't see a lot of that in the internships. Microcontrollers analyze with AutoCAD. Delays, showcase user friendly. Again, so these aren't bad. You actually have some of the skills. I saw PCB. I saw CAD, but I didn't see any Microsoft Office Suite. I know you're gonna cry, but seriously, like almost every single one of them had that. So put that on, please. You need to put that on. It doesn't have to be crazy. You could just say created documents using Excel, Word, and PowerPoint or whatever, but it still needs to be there. In addition, this sentence is almost right, but it's not enough. I don't want to hear collaborated with engineers. How did you work with them, right? Like, worked with 2 senior engineers who, did X and Y where we did Z and B. And this is okay. And implement a construction feedback manager, produce a technical report. But I need more, right? So I want to know that you had weekly team meetings. In fact, these could maybe be even combined. But worked with senior engineers who would give feedback on my X and Y. And I would then produce a technical report that detailed code, functionality, and schematics for our embedded software design. Something like that. Again, I'm sick, so I hope that made sense. But you are missing a little bit. I think the keywords are mostly okay, except for Office, but I need to know how you did that. In addition, the formatting is off. So if I'm gonna hazard a guess, I'm gonna take a guess on your resume of why you're having an issue. Is specifically you said, I just changed my resume a lot, and this is the recent one. Realistically, what I think is the issue is, yeah, the formatting's a little off. Yeah, you're missing a couple of stuff here, but I think it's because you're applying late. Is you're seeing a job description, and then you're remaking your resume and then hitting apply. That will lead to failure, and that's why you don't want to do that. Is that's going to put you lower in the order, and it's possible that if you are number 75 that applies, and they find their candidate in the first 15, you will never be seen. And realistically, as a engineer intern position, you're probably going to find it within your first 50 applications. So I'm going to hazard a guess that that's actually the root of your problem and not necessarily so much in the resume. So yes, your resume can be improved a little bit, but it's probably based on what you said, why you have a 1 in 100 ratio, which isn't good. So do those fixes, fix the formatting, fix a couple of the bullet points, and most importantly, do not remake your resume for every job. That will lead to less chances of an interview, and that goes for basically everybody. So let's go to the next resume. Definitely not a 13-year-old, lol. Yeah, I'm with it. Like, that's, I don't want to, if you had a bunch of that, I'd be like, we don't want to have that, but, once PG-13. If engineers don't use Office, they shouldn't put it on. I will die on that rock. Maybe project report was it. Can you explain that one more time? And I'll be honest, I kind of had the opinion of like, yeah, of course people use it, but I had a candidate who looked like they would have it, right? This was like even 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and this manager was not looking at people and like, just interview them. Like, they probably have it based on everything else. They didn't. They had no computer skills, even though it absolutely looked like they should. So it is important. If it doesn't exist, and I should have listened to myself, you need it twice. So realistically, what I should have done is message the candidate and said, hey, do you have experience using X, Y, and Z? That's the only thing I'm missing. And if they say no, then I decline them. But like, and you only get 1 or 2 of those as a recruiter with a hiring manager before that manager just immediately doesn't like you. Because you'll never get 100% accurate candidates to the manager. That's just not going to happen. But they still need to trust your ratio. So, tool. Okay. MS Project is a planning tool. Maybe they worked on it with someone else, but they don't have expertise in something. Yeah, that also. See, again, this leads back to the what, why, and how. Is you can't just state up here that you have the tool. You have to state how you use the tool. Because managers like yourself will be like, I don't want to waste my time with that. So. And that's a common interaction, is they don't want to waste their time. And I don't blame them, because managing that is, it takes a while. Wow, I opened the formatting. Yeah, but I also would play devil's advocate. Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair. You always, it's important to have differing views in most processes in business, because groupthink is deadly to companies. If everybody thinks the same, you're gonna have problems. Okay, this person just said, this person just said, I would like to work in Japan. I don't, yeah. What the hell does that mean? Alright. I mean, I don't... Okay, I think this person... I feel like this is like a trap. Because this person specifically said they found me through Blue Sky and Twitter. And I'll let y'all know, I put that on the forum as a little trap, because I'm not active on Blue Sky or Twitter. So if they put Blue Sky or Twitter, it means they probably are joking. Like, I'm kind of worried if there's something here that is like a curse word that I'm not seeing. But yeah, so that's why I have that on there, is I have a little fake one just in case, because I knew some people would be trying some stuff. So let me make sure there's nothing here that is actually bad. No, I think it's the last. I didn't want to do it the first because people would also look for the first. But at least if they look for the first, I know that that's normal not paying attention. Let's see. Free resume review. I think it's the last. Where did you... Oh, no, you're right. It is the first. I am incorrect. That really should be like the middle, honestly. No, you're right. It might be a lazy pick. It's just the part that they literally said, Japan, I'd like to work in, and they have a 25 ratio. So I don't know if any of this is actually true or not. So I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. Oh, I don't want to spend too much time on wondering what this is. I'll have to just review it like it is. So, I mean, but yeah, it could be a lazy pick. It could be not. We'll see. Alright, and we're reviewing a resume of a software engineer. They just said in their note to me that they would like to work in Japan, and I've never recruited in Japan. I cannot read Japanese, so I cannot help you with that. I can just judge this like a normal software engineer. In addition, I don't know if their ratio is correct or not. It doesn't seem like it based on the rest of the stuff. So let's begin. I hate this format. This format is terrible. Never use double 2 lines. It should be single column the whole way down. Single column the whole way down, not double column. Double column is bad. Anyway, senior software designing scalable SaaS, architecture, JavaScript, React. Okay, so I think they're full. Yeah, they're full stack. Well, for mentoring. Okay, again, I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I can't. Where's their education? See, this might be important or not, because some of them do like this. This is why this format is horrible, is I can't find what I need. Let a mentor team find as your party guidance and quality standards, best performance. Okay, there's nothing I need here. I mean, I do like the lead. That actually, this is, you know what? No. this is all written wrong. This is actually a solid bullet point right here. Code reviews and trading sessions. That's actually solid. Architecture meant for a SaaS product. Modern framework, React, TypeScript with eventually plug backends. It's actually a good bullet point. Close UX design, develop back in Java, APIs. Yeah, I'm missing Cloud, but these are good bullet points. Stop it. Just have a basic format. Like, if you literally just put it into this format, I think you'd have a lot better time. But yeah, that's fine. This is actually solid bullet points. If they can get past all this and find what they want, I could easily see you being moved forward. I don't like how this is written because it makes it harder for me to find what I want, but if they're able to get past it, which they might, because the formatting is bad, but it's not the worst I've ever seen, you could maybe get an interview with this. Yeah, I mean, some of these are solid. Just please, it's a formatting issue. I mean, there's not much more I can get on this because the bullet points are good. And again, I cannot help you with working in Japan, but and again, this is worthless right here, but if they can get past it, these are solid bullet points. Just make it like this. That's all you got to do. Make it like that. Make it, just put these bullet points there, maybe trim a couple, and do an overall summary of what this job is. And I think you're going to be fine. So, yeah, that's weird. I don't know anything about how to help you get into Japan, but at least in the United States, these bullet points are solid. The formatting is not. So, C-. Honestly, B-. Again, formatting is not weighted 100% on a resume. So, let's move to the next resume. Those were actually solid bullet points. Actually okay. So, yeah, not bad. That 1 to 25 might be the right ratio because those are actually fantastic bullet points. Yeah, I know. They also mentioned nothing about Japanese. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what they did with this. So, like, that's why I was like, are they trolling me? Not all of these are good, but I don't know. I don't know what to do on that one. That's, they actually have good bullet points. All right, this is clap for me. They need to do the other format. What was I doing? Okay, here. Gosh. Can I do this? I am... No. Let's not do this. All right. I think we are approaching the time where I am actually fading out. Hopefully I will be here tomorrow, y'all. We're going to raid, so don't go anywhere because we're going to raid. But hopefully I'll be here tomorrow. But if I'm not here tomorrow, then I will be back on March 3rd because I will be on vacation. So hopefully I will be back tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to do a different time. I don't know. Again, it's how I feel. So, thank you, Shell. Yeah, if I don't speak to you all, I will see you on March 3rd, and thank you very much for joining. Yeah, I hope I feel better, too, soon. Like, I really don't want to be sick on vacation, but it's like an inclusive resort, so at least free room service is great to be sick with. Soup, yeah, I'm going to get a lot of soup. Thank you all. All right, let's find a place to... Oh, thank you. You guys make me feel good. Thank you very much. Let's find a place to raid. I'm going to a resort in Mexico. My fiance's parents are paying for it as like a family vacation, and now that I have proposed, I am a part of the family. So, let's see. We've done that. Who have we not done in a bit? All right, let's do Sieb Griffin. Oh, he's only been here for like 22 minutes. I like him. He's cool. So yeah, thank you all. I will be, yes, there's been a lot of wedding prep, trust me. We're getting married next year, so later, like April-ish. So there is quite a bit of wedding prep. My fiance is going ham on a biscuit on it, and that is why I love her. So let's start raiding this channel. I like CM Griffin. I wish I could raid Lana, because Lana helped raid me and I really like it, and she's also great, but she never she ends her stream by the time I start it usually, unfortunately. So anyway, if I don't see you all tomorrow, I will see you on March 3rd. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'll try to feel better. Thank you very much for joining me, and let's raid.